These are going to be the biggest fashion trends more towards the end of the year, but there are lots of trends that we can sort of, if you're interested in, jumping on top of now, but also, you know, I like to keep you in the know, in the loop, okay? I don't want something coming up and you're blindsided, okay? We are always prepared, we're always ready. Like I said, a lot of these trends, although shown for the autumn-winter runways, are trends that you can maybe like start to dabble in, to have a little test of now and especially in the summer. A lot of these aren't like season specific. And yes, of course, there's always a sprinkling of controversy with some of these trends. Kicking it off with trend number 1, denim. We love a good pair of jeans after the turmoil of finding one that fits. But in general, I think we all love a good denim, right? But we are seeing it done in very sort of classic ways on the runway, and also in kind of new, innovative ways as well. Let's look at something like Diesel, a denim brand. Obviously their collection is like 90% denim, as it should be, but what was really interesting on the recent runway was their sort of pairing of denim and doing this sort of like degradé into mesh that makes the piece look like it's almost been worn out, but in a really cool and unpredictable way, and I really appreciated that. For the current collection, they've done a similar thing, but they've also integrated lace. So you'll see there's like a pair of jeans that then goes into lace, that then goes into mesh. And I just think it's really out of the box, very interesting. Ahluwalia, London designer, we saw them do these like hooded denim dresses and denim maxi skirts. Well, maxi skirts in general are a thing, but denim maxi skirts with this sort of like 3 different washers having a swirl throughout. Then, looking at the more sort of classic take on denim, if you think of a classic way to wear jeans, you're thinking like t-shirt and jeans, shirt, white crisp, white shirt with jeans, right? In another unpredictable twist, Mattia Blazy, new to creative director for Bottega, his vibe has really been doing these things not quite as they seem pieces. So we've got what looks like a pair of jeans and a little vest top. Twist, spanner in the works, spoiler alert, completely made out of leather. So it doesn't even have to be denim to fit into the denim trend. And then we also saw, coming down the Versace runway, the most like fabulously tailored pair of straight leg jeans with the most crisp, heavy on the starch shirt. The way that just, there will always be something very timeless about that look, and it looks so chic and put together, but also like effortless. So I'm here for the vibes. Guys, if you're new here, my name is Cassie and I'm a self-diagnosed luxury addict. I put out videos on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, so if you like luxury fashion, then you're gonna love it here. So head down there, subscribe, turn on the bell, become a member of our luxury addicted family. When are we going to rehab? Never. Trend number 2, braided bags. Not necessarily in sort of crochet, which we've been seeing a lot and we tend to see a lot for spring summer, but in these sort of like little leather braiding details. Okay, so Fendi, we saw this with the peekaboo, like a completely braided leather peekaboo. Obviously, this is at the very core of Bottega with the intrecciato weave. I would put these in the same basket. Another thing that Fendi did was this sort of maxi braided stitching on a maxi version of the baguette. And another brand that's done something similar is Althusser on their hobo bags. The stitching on the outside is this sort of braided leather stitching. Or even in other ways. So Ferragamo did a gold structured bag handle that again looked like a piece of the golden rope. The no pants trend. Okay, so I've spoken about the no pants trend in another video that was like controversial fashion trends, right, that need to die. And much to my dismay, the brands have gone full force with it. We saw this start last year. Okay, we saw the odd celebrity going out looking like they'd forgotten their bottoms, and now it is a fully fledged trend that we're seeing on the runway for autumn-winter 2023. Again, as with all of these trends, we're seeing it interpreted in different ways. You've got a brand like Miu Miu that has literally put the pants on top of tights, jumper stuffed into tights, looking very much as though you forgot to add the skirt onto the bottom of your look there. They are heavily being paired with tights. I don't know, why does adding it with tights almost give this thing of like, oh well, it's not too revealing because there's tights involved, you know? I don't know. I don't know why I sort of interpret it as that. Maybe that's a conversation I need to have with with somebody licensed. But Dion Lee has done ones that essentially just look like tights. It's a very daring trend, shall we say. I think you've got to have a level of confidence there. I don't have that. Coach sort of did it with these very summery bright, but again, remember that these are like autumn winter trends, but like I said, a lot of these we can apply to spring summer. These sort of very bright candy-ish sheer dresses where you can just see straight through to the knickers underneath. No longer can we get away with pairing whatever pant that's on the top of your pile to go under whatever outfit, because now they're on show. Now you've got to make an effort. Richie also did these sort of sunny colours with the, you know, completely sheer dresses with the knickers on show. Alberta Ferretti paired these with like lace looks. I think my like favourite way was Rodarte, because they did it in a kind of like very Morticia Adams approved, very sort of dramatic and moody dresses with these, you know, like bulbous little shoulders, like very sort of Elizabethan. Is that Elizabethan? Just sort of drop down, and again that sheer aspect paired with the no pants trend. Next trend is a colour that, if you're a seasoned subscriber, you know I'm not necessarily a huge fan of, but I have been dipping the pinkiest of toes into the red pond. Yes, red is the colour of the season. Famously, Pantone will call it that it's the colour next year, a year after it is. But that's just my personal beef with Pantone. We are seeing pops of red, even collections that are like, you know, really quite monotonal in their colours, and then a red pop halfway through. Don't ask me why. I don't know what sort of wavelength these designers are on, all right, to get together and be like, should it be? Yeah, let's make it red this season. There were 33% more red looks in this fall-winter 2023 compared to fall-winter 2022. We love the backup data. So let me give you an idea of some of these. We're seeing full monochromal looks from brands like David Comer. Oh my gosh, there was like a lot of like volume and fabulousness. Various sort of hues of red as well. It's not necessarily like a crimson or an oxblood. Those are the only two reds I know, really. Gucci, Balmain also like broke it up a little bit. Prada, a leather jacket and skirt combo. Now, red is Ferragamo's brand colour. It is their colour, right? So it's no news to us that we're going to see it there. But I did want to reference one particular look where they did the no pants trend, but it was all in red. And I'm not going to lie to you, I think with the opaque tights it made it look a little bit more intentional than like, oh my gosh, I just ran out of the house and forgot my bottoms, you know? Anyway, I'm a Ferragamo apologist. I'm really loving them at the moment, but get ready for red. Next trend, drop waist, right? We are elongating that torso. This comes hand in hand with like the low waist trend, even in sort of styling ways, you'll see. So Versace down the runway came stomping these beautiful drop waist dresses and skirts. Lady Gaga wore one for the Oscars. Christopher Kane did this via peplums. Yep. Prepare yourselves, peplums are back. We're seeing peplums in the skirts and dresses, really. It's a matter of time before we see it in the tops. Connor Ives did like an all-white, very bridal wedding dress. Again, drop waist. Everything was starting where the hips end. 16 Arlington, feather details, again, starting very low on the hips. Givenchy had a few like really, really beautiful black dresses. Again, same thing, starting low, giving that drop waist. I've mentioned them before in this video. Maxi skirts. Now, whilst the mini skirt is well and truly still alive and kicking, we are at opposite ends of the spectrum. So we're loving a mini skirt, but also maxi skirts are getting a lot of attention. We've seen it a lot in denim. It's like one of the hottest fashion trends at the moment. Blah, blah, blah. Lots of different ways to do maxi skirts. it can be voluminous, it can be tight. So I think whatever your vibe is, this is a really, really great one to maybe like jump onto and have a try. Martine Rose did these in a very sort of tailored way, which I really liked. Jet Low did these sort of like ombre leather versions with a matching jacket. Connor Ives did a sequined one paired with a hoodie, so you have that sort of casual twist on something that, you know, most likely a lot of people would style for the evening. Also, I stumbled across this the other day. RL collection is in like Ralph Lauren's like top collection. So this is pricey. I'm waiting for it to go into the sale. Has this really amazing, really beautiful bright pops, a glorious maxi skirt, like a little toggle, so she looks a bit casual, and they've paired it with like a cropped polo. Stop. I can see me swanning through the streets of Manhattan. Gonna have that tailored just an inch or so off the floor because you know how these streets are. I can see me swanning through the streets of Manhattan in that. Yes, stunning. Overnight bags. We know BBE Big Bag Energy is having a moment, okay? One of the bag trends is very much giving business trip, all right? Your boss has come to you and gone, you're off to Atlanta for 3 days. And you have packed your bag, you're not adding any check-in luggage to that ticket. These are the bags that you're taking. So Miu Miu has done a lot of these top handle versions, but also very slouchy crossbody ones. We have seen the new Saint Laurent ES travel tote, a celebrity favourite. That is going to be huge. I'm calling it now. Off-White had this bag that almost looked like, you know when you get something in a cardboard carton, like a coconut milk or a passata, something like that, right? Comes in a little thing, you've got to unfold the cardboard edges, give it a squeeze and snip off the top. That exact style was interpreted into a bag for Off-White with these sort of grommet belts as handles. And then Max Mara was just like, sod it, duffel bags. Micro trend here, and not in the way that we have famously known them. Leg warmers. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna give you a moment to just let that sink in. Are you okay? Good, because I know, your heart went like this. Let me give you the context. So, as we know, ballet core and the rise of ballet flats we are very much experiencing. Apparently we are still obsessed with dance aesthetics, and the leg warmers are firmly here, but not in the way that you know of them. They're sort of almost like sheaths for shoes. Stay with me. Denim had some, which had like a garter attached. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name right. Is it? I mean, it could be Adam with like a silent T. Adium? It had like a garter attached, right? So it was sort of like attached to a garter, and then it came up under the knee, and then it ballooned over the shoe. Or that is sort of what it looked like. Vivian Tam, again, sort of these denim attachments to shoes. Very sort of Givenchy shark boot vibes, but in a sort of customizable way, so you can like attach and detach and keep your calves warm. I don't know. Opera gloves. We have seen these a lot on red carpets recently. A long, elegant glove, sometimes also attached to the item, sometimes separate, sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not. Okay, not everything needs an opera glove. Continuing full force throughout the year, we've got Courrèges. They've had theirs attached to tops. Balmain paired velvet gloves with mini dresses. I like it with mini dresses as well, because you typically think of opera gloves with like a long gown. And I love it just done in, you know, a slightly more unexpected way. Il Sander, they did a lot of colour blocking with their long gloves. Bronx and Banco were just like, do you want to know what? Embellishments. Those, oh my gosh, fantastic. And then also Marc Jacobs, again, sort of done in like a punky sort of way. Very edgy, very fun. 3D fall florals. Now, we know florals for spring groundbreaking, okay? And then in the most recent years, we've sort of seen florals in fall and winter, done in a bit more of a moody way. But again, usually still as prints. What we've hugely seen this year are these sort of 3D floral embellishments, I guess, carrying on hugely into autumn winter. So we've got Badgley Mishka, still very much on the Orthinium. How many times will I mispronounce the anthurium? The Othinium is really like having a moment this year. Truly the most famous it's ever been. I mean, I don't know, I'm not a florist. Blue Marine does this in a very 2000s way, as they would with these like chokers with, you know, huge flowers. Chanel's entire collection was pretty much an ode to the camellia. That collection was something, but again, a focus on florals. Christian Siriano, looks like you've maybe been out in the garden a bit too long and the flowers have started to grow on you. Colin Lacosio, I probably butchered that, did this with metallics. Prada, all on the skirts, just like little, they look like little paper roses and stuff like that on the skirts. They're doing these in their bags as well in spring, summer. And then again, also on the bags, Susan Feng, these little bucket bags, complete with floral little embellishments. Wide shoulders, right? Borrow that jacket from your dad, because guess what they're in? One brand I think is the one that if you think about wide shoulders is going to pop up for autumn winter 2023 is YSL. Saint Laurent, 10 out of 10. You're going to be seeing a lot of those on like the top tier influencers and celebrities and stuff like that, so get ready for it, especially the floor length ones. Yes, drama with a capital D. Other brands that took the shoulder thing and ran with it, Alexander McQueen, right, a nice sharp shoulder. Balmain, very much leaning onto that power dressing side of things. And then Stella McCartney did these sort of, again, wide, bold shoulders, but done in cropped jackets, right? So again, you can sort of play with the proportions, that with like a maxi skirt. And my final trend, fluffy shoes. The curse of the Gucci Princetown loafer, avec fur, with the fur, is very much happening for autumn winter 2023. We are seeing fur-lined sandals, courtesy of Burberry. Erin Preston, fluffy boots stomping down the runway. Gucci had these like fluffy little, they look like very moon boot silhouette boots. Kate had these fluffy little mules. Even Fendi, spring summer 2023, they're doing these mules that, again, the top of it is fur. I thought that we had a few more years without the Gucci Princetown loafers, but if you've got them, dust them off. It's their time to shine. I'm going to leave a link to another video over here in case you haven't already seen it. Have an amazing morning, afternoon or evening wherever you are. And in the words of my father,
if you've enjoyed it, tell your friends. If you haven't, keep your mouth shut.
I'll see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.